right, I've been getting this question from quite a number of people. It is, can ChatGPT, Open AI, and the advancement replace my job, or should I be afraid, or I'm afraid, what do I do? Okay, what is your advice? So because I received many such questions, I decided, okay, I'll make a video and answer them. And if you have any input that you'd like to give, comment down below whether you agree, disagree. See, the first thing is, can ChatGPT and Open AI replace you? 100% yes. 100% yes. I'll give you a simple example. Okay, before, you can see this forest, right? You can see all this. Before, you would need to call 100 people to cut manually. Okay. But after machine was invented, instead of 100 people called to cut all this, you can get 2 guys, 3 guys with a machine, or even 1 guy. So did it replace people? 100% yes. Farming. Before, you would have 10 people, one putting the seeds, one putting water, one cutting, and today you have a machine that can do 3 in 1. Before, you needed to employ 100 people, now maybe just 1 operator. Let's say cars. Okay. Before, you needed 1,000 people in a factory. When machines came, you reduced it to 20 because it could replace people. Today, you have automated factories where instead of 1,000 people, maybe you need only 3 guys just making sure that they know how to operate. Obviously, you need back-end support and all that. That's different. But 1,000 people, the supervision, all that, you get so much more benefit. They can work 24/7. There is accuracy. And they'll never get tired. They'll never ask for a holiday. So did it replace people? 100%. I mean, every time there is a new technological advancement, people get replaced. Like, simple. You might not know this, but especially if you're today's generation, once upon a time, if you had to send a message to someone to another country, you have to write a letter, go to the post office, put a stamp, write the address, and you might have to wait 1 week to 2 weeks just for the letter to reach. And you wouldn't know if the letter has reached until maybe you either gave a registered post, no, not registered, sorry, until you received a letter back. Imagine 2 weeks to 1 month just to send a letter and get a reply. Guess what? After email came, you would send immediately. And today, when you have WhatsApp, you can send in seconds. And now if you have Zoom, you don't have to send a letter, don't have to type. Just click Zoom, video conference. So did it replace people in the postal office? 100%. Did it replace people who were required to deliver? 100%. See Amazon. How many service providers has Amazon replaced? Before, maybe you would have to go to a shop, order from the shop, that guy would order from his supplier. Today, you have 10,000 suppliers of one same product. Go to Alibaba or Amazon. So they have replaced shops. Remember Blockbuster DVD? We used to, my generation, we used to physically go to DVD shops, music shops, to see the physical DVD or physical VHS tape or CD. And if you'd buy a CD, there'd be 10 songs just to get that one hit song. Then came digital music. Then came Napster. You can Google search what is Napster. Then Kazaa. Now there's Netflix. Who the hell wants to go to a DVD shop? So technology keeps replacing. In fact, before maybe you needed if someone like me had to make a video, I'd need a production crew that specialized with the camera, photographer, I'd need someone with a AV specialization, microphone. All this has replaced with just this one camera, this GoPro. You have your smartphone that does photography, messaging, telephone call, sending documents via emails. I mean, how many technologies has it replaced? Kodak was $1 billion company, got replaced. I mean, it never ends, yeah. So, will technology replace human beings? Yes, specific categories and for a specific generation. But does that mean all human beings will be replaced? No. In all the examples that I gave you, a tractor, which I told you to, cut all this, you need a human being. Okay. Now, obviously, you'll say, what if tomorrow they get an AI person, a robot to sit on it? You need someone to program it. You need someone to work on it, repairs. For that, you need a human. And then you might say, oh, what if a machine can repair human? See, if we go that way, okay, there might come a time, where AI is so advanced, it'll be like the Terminator movie. All machines will take over. Okay. That'll, like they say, self-learning, where an AI doesn't need anybody else. It can learn everything by itself. Is that a possibility? Of course. There can be a possibility there. But let's look at it now. Let's not look at it, oh sheesh, that day, 10,000 years or 100,000 years. If you get let's say, for example, a nuclear blast that destroys all the electrical grid, complete electrical grid and electrical wires and all that, what AI is going to work? How is it going to recharge? Then we'll come back to humans, right? So nothing to worry about that. But now, let's talk of the present. Will ChatGPT replace certain skills? Many programmers, letter writers, website designers, maybe hackers. But when they replace one area, it will give rise to new opportunities in other areas. I'll give a simple example. My stepfather used to work for a BPO. Yeah, he used to work, I don't know what is the full form, where he used to do the ticketing, okay? The people who travel, the receipts of the tickets for the airlines used to come there. I remember once I went to his office, there was a full office filled with people who were sorting out the tickets physically with their hands and, writing entries and putting, the updates in a computer. So I saw all these people. I think they were around 50, approximate, give and take. However, once the airlines made the entire system digitalized, where when a passenger travels, it immediately goes to the server, the computer or the software, immediately sorts the information out, segregates it, transfers the data. It saved time, effort, money. But on the flip side, it replaced the entire department. Just imagine, I was just giving you one example of just my stepfather and that small little office. Globally, it must have replaced millions of people. So now, was that a bad thing for them? 100%. They lost their livelihood. But does that mean it didn't give rise to new opportunities? Where is this fly coming? Get out of here. Did it mean it didn't give rise to new opportunities? Of course, the IT guys, they had to make sure the software is working. Hardware guys, data operators, analysts. So many other new jobs came. Now comes to you having fear. Oh, I'm afraid, I don't know, this and that. See, you should be more afraid of so many other things. You should be afraid of, forget ChatGPT. What if your company closes down? Have you ever thought of that? The possibility of your company closing down? Have you ever thought of the fact that whatever job you're doing, maybe some desperate guy who has your skill will say, give me a cheaper salary, I'll work more number of hours than this guy. Let's say you're taking 1,000 working for 8 hours. One guy will say, okay, give me 800, I'll work for 12 hours. Don't you think that's a easier possibility? See, you should be afraid of competition. You should be afraid of the fact that maybe your company can close down, your department can close down. Maybe there'll be someone better than you, smarter than you, asking for less. Have you ever thought of the fact that maybe your health will not keep up? Have you ever thought of the fact that, maybe the entire country will no longer have the requirement that it once had? Like, for example, until India became the global hub for, outsourcing customer service, each country, like US, used to have people in US do the jobs. Once the world became a global platform, all the shoes, Nike, the fashion brands, moved to Philippines, moved to India, moved to Pakistan. They cut down costs. There's no open chat GPT, open AI or chat GPT there. It just cost. They had to cut down expenses. So now what do? So all I'm telling you is having the fear of open AI is legit. Having the fear of chat GPT is legit. But now you're only focused on that and discounting everything else. So what is the solution? Solution first is channelize your fear to empower you to do better, to study new skills, to work harder, to find out what is the new trend, what skills can I learn how to market and sell yourself, customize the services that you're offering, add creativity. Like, for example, I'll tell you a very simple thing. I provide a service for resume rebrand, personal branding, coaching, relationship coaching, consultation, basic. Here's my question to you. You think I don't have competition? Just Google search coach or consultant. You will get billions, not millions, billions. In fact, my competitors, I don't know who it is, but whomsoever, I'm sure they will offer you a half an hour free coaching session. I know so many of them, so many aspiring coaches. In fact, even qualified coaches, they give a free half an hour or 1 hour demo session. I don't give a free session. There are some others who say, if you sign up with me for free, I'll give you DVDs, or I'll give videos, or I'll give you download 10 episodes, or join my mastermind group. They give so many better benefits than me. And I'm not saying that they are crap or they are bad. Some may be really good. But then, don't you think I should have fear? Of course I have fear. Don't you think they are my competitors? 100%. But then, how am I surviving? How? See now, for example, so many people have told me, hey Roy, you know that your resume, I can get it done via ChatGPT. Fine. You were never meant to be my customer. So can I live like this? If suppose everyone goes, then I have to be worried, right? But why am I not worried? I told you before in the video, because I offer a personalized service. I sit down with the client. I assess the client, which a ChatGPT at least now cannot do. I understand the strengths and weaknesses, which a ChatGPT does not do. I find out which job they are applying, which country they are applying. That a ChatGPT does not do. It'll give you generic answers. And then the biggest one of all, I tell them how to find the loopholes in the system, or I give them the loopholes, and I teach them how to beat the system, which a ChatGPT will never do. So this is what makes me unique. This is what I know a ChatGPT or OpenAI will not do. So, fine. Now, since ChatGPT and OpenAI is no longer my competition, does that mean there is no competition? No. There are so many other people. So many. So, it never ends. Every day there is a new coach. Every day there is a new service provider. In fact, there are companies that have their websites that offer free resume, free placement, free this, free that. Man, competition never ends here. So stop being paranoid about ChatGPT and Open AI. Don't be paranoid. Have fear. Fear keeps you at the edge. Fear prevents you from being in your comfort zone. That is good. But channelize that fear into empowering you to take action, to spend time and think, how can I be better? How can I sell myself better? How can I market myself better? How can I upgrade myself better? How can I find new skills? See, if technology would take over, then we don't need humans now. You still see human beings, right? People created ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT didn't create by itself, right? And like I told you, if anytime you are so afraid that technology will take over, remember, one nuclear blast, complete all the electrical grids, all the Wi-Fi systems is gone down. Then you'll only get human beings surviving in the jungle, right? Which we did for so many years. Can you think of a single AI or machine without having electricity, without having networks, without having software? Can they survive? No. Can a robot give birth to another robot? No. So we still have the upper hand here. So stop being paranoid. Start being, aware of things. You channelize your fear to help you achieve greatness, and use a fear to make you better. Same thing with me. Every day I wake up, okay, new day, need to start. Competitors will be there, haters will be there, critics will be there, but I have to survive. I can't give any excuse. I can't show fear. I have to succeed, because who will feed my wife and child? Who? Nobody. So I do whatever it takes to succeed and survive, and that's how life goes on, man. So I hope this video answered your question. You let me know your thoughts, okay? Like I told you, don't assume that it will not, replace you in terms of your job, but that's not the end of the world. As long as you have hands and legs, as long as you have a brain, as long as you have eyes, ears, whatever, you will survive, okay? And if nothing else, get coached by someone who you admire, who will guide you. And yes, you will do it. Alright? Good, bad, ugly, comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care. So.